Really big weekend for you, because you had St George's Day celebration on the Friday, and then we had our first show back after, was it 4 weeks, 5 weeks off?
Yeah, it sounded like a long break for me, 4 to 5 weeks. Normal for people, but for us it wasn't normal. Yeah, so it was a nice break, and like it was a little show, wasn't it? You know, we aimed to have 7 fights there, and we only went with 5, which, you know, sometimes you think, oh, you're not going to give the punters value for money, but everyone went the distance, and I think in their own ways they were all interesting fights, and at the end of the night I went away, I was quite pleased with what everyone had seen. So go through in it, Jade Buron made a debut, and you know, for the female, she was very aggressive and seemed to be heavy-handed. It looked like she was going to get that girl who was really, really tough out there in the first round, and fair play to the girl for sticking in and getting through the 4 rounds. You know, obviously with them just being 2 minutes, it probably made a difference that she didn't get stopped, but no, it was an exciting fight because Jade was really, really aggressive, wasn't she?
Jade Buron.
Jade Buron, is that her name, is it? Yeah.
She exploded a few.
Yeah, but no, she's really aggressive, but good as well, do you know what I mean? She's not wild, there was like a lot of straight punches going through, and yeah, I mean, she brought a bit of a crowd from the Isle of Man as well, and
they don't have come out to support their fighters, don't they, the Isle of Man?
Yeah, I think they've got to jump on a plane and book a night's hotel and then pay for the tickets, and I think the majority of us were ringside. It started to show off really well because it was a good atmosphere, and it was a good fight. And we had Ellis on the second fight, and you know, Nathan Darby, I was saying to the matchmaker Steve Lillis that potentially he'll end up the best journeyman in the country, because he gives you lads a lot to think about, very tricky, and to be honest, Ellis struggled a little bit, not as in winning the fight, but in getting his shots off with him, and that's not anything to say against Ellis, because in spells he looked good again, like he looked exceptional on his debut. But these are the sort of fights that will make him a better fighter. They'll go away and learn a lot from that.
This is his first southpaw as a pro. I enjoyed it. I think, like you say, first couple of rounds he struggled with the southpaw stance, but then I think he worked out and finished the fight strong.
Yeah, listen, I was talking to his coaches today, and they were saying, like, he'll come away from that and he'll look at things and he'll be able to, like, think, right, I'll have to set up my moves a little bit better, and a few other things to work on, but no, he'll do him the world of good, and he's one I'm looking forward to developing. I think he can do.
Just turned 21, mate. Yeah, so he's an exciting.
Yeah, he had a bit of a time out as well, so you know you've got to take your time with these kids. But I think he can come through. Jamie Devine, I actually missed. I think it was in the first shot he thrown, put the kid down.
I think it was in the first about 40 seconds he put him over, and I thought, oh, we're in for another late night like he's done with Blackpool, but. Fair play to you. I can't pronounce the kid's name. I know you'll probably do it better than me.
I can't remember myself, but yeah, listen, I'd gone somewhere, I come back, and the kid was attacking him, and then he said, it's done really well, get up, because apparently it was a proper knockdown, and he's got up, and to be fair, he come back and made it hard for Jamie in 3 and 4, you know.
I think Jamie did put a lot into that round as well to finish him off after that.
He kind of smothered him, didn't he? And Jamie's getting frustrated with him. But again, another good learning fight for Jamie, and he's good and exciting to watch, isn't he? You know what I mean? He seems to have long arms for a super featherweight, and gets some power in those leverage with his shots, and he wants to be throwing them all the time, doesn't he? So again, good support from the Isle of Man for him, good atmosphere in the fight, and a genuinely good fight. And he got it 39-36. That would have been a bit closer for me, but another fantastic learning fight. He's had 4 rounds now. He'll go up to a 6, I think, next time. Got a bad cut, didn't he? So when it'll be, I don't know.
I think picked up in the 3rd round, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was a bit, I didn't notice how bad it was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but anyway, another good fight and another good learning fight, and then probably the fight of the night, next one was Liam Cooney, wasn't it?
He suspected that he was going to be
He had an undefeated kid from Hull. I know he'd only had a couple, but game as a badger. His brother had been there and had an upset last time out, and you know, he was properly first test for Leon, because he was someone who was coming to win. And he never stopped trying for 6 rounds, but Leon was just too good for him, wasn't he? And,
but it was only Leon's 3rd fight, so it wasn't like, you know, the massive divide, but he was a very good amateur, and you can see why now, because that was a class performance.
Yeah. The kid kept coming and coming. I don't think Leon looked in trouble any time in the 6 rounds. Good foot movement, really fast hands. They looked like his power punches, but never affected him coming forward, did they?
You know,
so maybe they're that quick and often that the power isn't there yet. When he starts to settle down and maybe not throw as many, the power will come.
I think that's more down to the toughness of Lewis West. You know,
Right.
He played rugby all his life, didn't he, as a youngster? And he's a tough, hard lad.
But no, listen, Leon's one of those that you look at, and when we was like saying with Ellis, you've got to take your time. I don't think we'll take our time with him, Cooney. I think he'll explode onto the scene.
I think he'll be excited about you saying that as well, because that's what he wants, isn't it?
Yeah.
He wants to move as fast as he can.
Right. Well, listen, that's a conversation I'll have with him and his trainer. But now I come away from there thinking that, you know, he's ready to have proper fights in.
He did. He looked very good, man. I enjoyed that.
And then the top of the bill, never in a bad fight, Mason Cartwright and Serge. You know what you're getting with Serge, and to be fair, it took a bit of a pasting, especially early doors with those jabs, and then the backhands coming through. I was thinking Mason might even stop him, but he took his licks and come back, and to be fair, he caught Mason with a few of his big overhand right swingers, didn't he? But
big punches.
Never bothered Mason. So no, he's been out a while, Mason. So it's nice to get the ring rust off him. He's going to go out again in 2 weeks' time in his own town of Ellesmere Port. And then we'll be looking big fights for them. You know, he's been lucky in 2 British title challenges, and you know, you want all your fighters to become champions, don't you? But it's got a little special feeling for Mason that he deserves to be a champion. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's never out of the gym. That's his job. Never scared of fighting anyone. Doesn't want easy fights. So it'd be nice to get another win in 2 weeks and then try and get him something we notice where he can get his teeth tucked into it and have a fight. And you know, it's difficult. It's an horrible sport at times. This, you know, it's like times when people come on saying the Mason Cartwright fight, and I'm not going to mention names, and you go, yeah. And then they come back and they go, oh, they don't want Mason, you know, it's a real hard fight for them and they don't want it. And you think, Christ, the TV fighters, they're making lots of money. Mason's lost 2 British title defences, but they don't want him, so it's hard to get him a fight. And anyone who says it's a fair sport is wrong. It's not, is it? And unfortunately, we've had a bit of unluck with him in the title fights, but you know, I'm sure he'll get another opportunity, and I just hope it's one where he can go on and win a title, because before he retires, it'd be nice for him to have a belt.
The good thing about Mason is he stays ready, doesn't he? So, you know, when his opportunity comes, he'll be ready for it, mate.
Yeah. And like I say, he wants it. He's not going to turn anything down. And then, obviously, that's 5 out of 5 winners on Saturday night, even though Jade's not with us. She was on our show, so she's like fighting for VIP. And then on Saturday night, we couldn't make it. The show lasted a bit longer than we thought. Mark Leach lost, and I'd seen that it was a wide loss, so I thought, oh, he's not performed. But I've spoke to a few people, and he did well. And considering that was short notice, you know, I think it was 3 weeks. He took the McGrail fight. He was already retaining for the fight in a couple of weeks. But McGrail's a top kid, and apparently he was massive on the day compared to Mark, and it might be that Mark has to go down to bantamweight, but as you were just saying,
his preferred weight as well.
As you were saying with Mason there, he's just got to be in the gym, because he ain't going to get 8-10 weeks notice for the fight, and like we were talking about before, boxing's not fair, but that's how it is. We're all in the sport, we know how it is. Mark's got to have a week off, he's had an hard fight, what do you say, losing to Peter McGill's no disgrace. No, he's a top kid, and you know, I believe it was a competitive fight, even though like the scores don't show it was. And,
no, you can lose a round, but you can still also be in that round. And so, I believe that's what the case was. I've been told he had a real big last round as well, and you know, should have been given that quite clearly, I was told. But anyway, it's been done and dusted. He's paid. He's not hurt. He lives to fight again, and you know, he knows he's got to be in that gym, because he's not an easy fight for anybody, and nobody's going to be giving him 8 to 10 weeks, are they? So he's just got to be in the gym and ready to go again. Right. I'll catch up with you in a few days when you can run us through our next show.
2 days, and then we're up in Durham, aren't we? Shaping up to be a nice 10 fight card, that, mate. So looking forward to it.
With a little title on the line as well.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight as well. Yeah.
Alright, nice one, Steve.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.